Hi everyone, it's Brittany here. I have an exciting update for everyone. So I hope that this video might be a little bit long because I'm going to try to explain everything, but I hope that you will watch it and enjoy and keep following me. So I am 11 and a half months postpartum and I have still not gotten AF yet. And it is driving me crazy that I have not started a cycle. I have been for months now feeling like I'm going to start, like I've gotten ovulation pains and had the egg white CM, but I never got a positive OPK. So, and I was not on birth control, but we were careful. So I didn't really have any reason to think that, I would get pregnant because we were careful, but it was just kind of really annoying that I had no idea where I was at in my cycle. I just have always been kind of obsessive about it, and going that long without knowing when it was just going to show up like out of the blue was very frustrating because it seemed like I was always taking OPKs or pregnancy tests because I would have the signs of ovulation, no OPK would be positive, but I would still think, what if I missed the LH surge? So I would be taking the pregnancy tests, and it was just a never-ending vicious cycle for a couple of months. And the straw that broke the camel's back was November 15th, 16th, and 17th. So just a month ago, I had, for 3 days straight, egg white CM, and this was the longest that I had had it. I had the ovulation pain, and it was the strongest so far. I mean, it really felt like, I was ovulating, and I took OPKs every day, and they were negative. And I just could not believe it. So I told my husband, you know what, I'm 11 and a half months postpartum. Obviously, I'm still nursing, and obviously I'm not going to ovulate until I'm done nursing because it's just like ramping up and nothing's happening. I'm taking OPKs and they're coming up negative. So I just told him, you really don't have to be careful. If I have suspicion, I'll take an OPK and I'll let you know if it's positive, and I'll tell you, that we need to be careful. But other than that, I just kind of gave him free reign, So after that, he did take what I said to heart, and we did BD one night, and I got in like a panic, and I thought it was the first time that we were not preventing, but obviously we were not TTCing either because I didn't think I was ovulating. And afterwards I was like in a panic, so I ran downstairs and I took an OPK and it was negative. So I was like, oh, it's okay. Not that, if I was pregnant that I would like flip out. We just weren't trying to conceive. So I was a little bit, hesitant, and Ryder's only 11 months old. So, we were just, I don't know, I was just being cautious. But, so that was, I don't even know when that was, but it was like a week after, I had that egg white patch there, when all this happened, I guess. So I didn't think anything of it. After I got the negative test, that day, I just said, you know what, I'm putting the OPKs away. This is ridiculous. I had like 4 or 5 of them left. I decided not to order more. I was going to order some off of Amazon, and I said, you know what, I'll just order them after I get my first period, and then I'll be able to actually follow my cycle. So I didn't have any home pregnancy tests in the house, and I was really happy about it. I was just like kind of stress-free for a couple of weeks, and we were, continuing to BD and not really be careful, but I had no signs of ovulation at all, so it made me not even need to test. I didn't even need to take an OPK. So I realized that it had been about 3 weeks, and that since I had taken an OPK, so I thought, well, maybe I'll just take one just to see. I had no signs of ovulation, though. I don't even know why it even came into my mind for me to even try to take an OPK. So I do. Anyways, about 1:30 in the afternoon on Friday, December 14th, I took an OPK, and immediately I got my first positive. Hopefully you can see. So the line over here on this side is the test line, and the line over on this side is the control line. So it is definitely darker, and it was definitely a positive. So I was thinking, okay, well, the night before taking this, we had BD'd and weren't preventing. And we do, I'm not trying to sound braggy here at all, but we do get pregnant fairly easily, but we don't always sustain a pregnancy. So, you know, I hope nobody takes offense to that, but it is, it seems like I miscarry half the time. So anyways, I get this and I think, okay, well, if I have a positive and we BD'd last night, then I'm pregnant, is what I'm thinking, you know, and in 2 weeks, I bet you I'm going to be pregnant. I really am like positive on that. So I tell my husband and he's like, cool. And I was like, what? Because usually I'm excited about pregnancy and he like freaks out. Not that he's not happy, but he's the one that kind of gets scared and panics a little bit. And even though he's still happy, he just gets that like, I don't know, apprehensive, like, okay, what do we do now, you know? But this time it was like me that was like that. I was like, okay, I'm a stay-at-home mom and my hands are full. What am I going to do with 3 kids? You know, like, am I really going to be pregnant? I mean, maybe I won't, you know, maybe it's not our time and all that stuff. Well, then it dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute here. An OPK can tell you 2 things, not 100% of the time, but it can, it's meant to be reliable as a home pregnancy test, I should say. But if you get a positive, I don't know why I'm staring at it, it can mean that you are pregnant, because like a home pregnancy test only picks up HCG, but OPK picks up the luteinizing hormone, which is pregnant during ovulation or pregnancy. So me getting the positive like that, I thought, well, maybe I am pregnant. And then I thought back about those 3 days, like a month ago, where I had the egg white, and even though I got the negatives, I thought maybe I missed the LH surge. And then another time, like a week later, we had done it and I had missed, not that we didn't any time in between there, but it was just what I had charted and times that I knew that there wasn't any preventing. So I kind of panicked a little bit, and it was 1:30 and my husband has to get ready for work at 2. And I mean, he needs me to be here with the kids at 2 so that he can get in the shower and stuff. Well, I said, I have to run to Walmart. I can't like not know, you know. So I ran to Walmart and I bought a package of 3 of them, because I thought, well, you know, it's probably going to be negative. So if it's negative now, then I'll be able to take them in 2 weeks when, you know, obviously ovulated. So I'm like, okay, well, I bought 3 and I come home and I was going to wait. And my husband said, aren't you going to take the test? And I'm like, no. And he said, it'd be nice if you would, because I'm going to work. And if you are, I don't want to find out in a text message. I want to know. And I said, well, I had just peed when I went on, you know, this wasn't even 2 o'clock yet. It was within a half an hour. I had already peed, emptied my bladder. And now I'm going to take another test. I mean, it's not very old urine. So, and you're supposed to wait. It's supposed to be a little bit old. Well, or a little bit concentrated. It's actually supposed to be first morning urine, but if it's, you know, a few hours, that's fine. Well, my husband was being real, you know, persistent on it, so I was like, okay. So I took the test. You know, I peed in a cup and I dipped it, and I set it down. And my husband was he's like, let me see. And I was like, no, you can't look yet. You have to wait a certain amount of time. As I'm telling him this, I'm trying to hide the test, but I look at it to, like, move it. And as I looked at it, I saw the line, or the P going across it. And the line just lit right up. I could not believe it. I was like, I don't even know. I think I said, oh crap, actually, because not that I was like, oh crap, we're pregnant, but I was just like, I couldn't believe it. Not that I wasn't happy, because I'm thrilled, but it was just so totally unexpected. That was just what my reaction was. And he was laughing and he was so excited and happy, and he was like awesome and hugging me and kissing me, and I am thrilled. I am over the moon, but it's just a totally new experience, because our first 2 babies, but we've had 5 pregnancies now, but they were all, except for the first one, we weren't trying at all, but they were all planned, so I guess I can't say my very first pregnancy, but that ended in a miscarriage. But anyways, out of our 2 kids, both of them were planned. My full pregnancies were totally planned. I knew exactly where I was at in the pregnancy. Emotionally, I knew, I was in it. I knew what was going on. And this way, I have no idea how far along I even am. I never even got a period. I have no last menstrual period, without the LMP to go by, to even know how far along I am. All I have is those like patches. So, I'm trying to line it up, and I'm like, okay, so maybe I'm like 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know how far I am. I can't just go by like 5 or 6 weeks. At my midwife, she is totally content with that and is like, you're going to have like an early August baby. Cool. I'm not okay with that. I need a due date. Like, not that like the baby has to be due by that. I need to know like when my weeks are turning over, when, like, I just am, I don't know. I'm just like obsessive about it. So I need to know. But anyways, I have been racking my brain trying to go through here. And, well, I got this. This was December 14th. I don't know if I said that. So it was this Friday. I got my BFP. I got my positive OPK. And right then I got my BFP. And it was awesome because I just posted on Kelsey +1's page. Or +1 please. And she was saying how she secretly was hoping for a Christmas BFP, and I was like, me too, even though I don't think she's ovulating either, and we're just kind of like doing the same thing. And for me to get, it was just a shocker, and I'm just over the moon. I'm so excited and thrilled. And anyways, so I called my midwife and explained everything to her, and she doesn't think that I'm as far along as I think. She thinks that, I guess she does think so, but she was kind of hesitant since I don't have any morning sickness and I don't have any breast tenderness or anything. But I don't get morning sickness with my last 2 pregnancies. I didn't get it. Hopefully I don't with this one either, but if I do, I do, because I was blessed enough to not have them with the first 2, so, or not have morning sickness with the first 2, so if I get it, I get it. But I'm hoping I don't, because it's my 3rd baby and I have 2 other kids to take care of, so, I would have rather had it with the first one than the 3rd. But oh well, beggars can't be choosers, so it doesn't matter either way. I don't care. But I do feel very blessed to not have it, because my sister has it terrible, and I just feel awful for her. And my sister and I are pregnant together again, totally unplanned, but me and her were pregnant together last year. She was due right around the time Candid Mommy Jenny was due, and I don't remember exactly her due date, but anyway, she had her October 11th, and we were 11 weeks apart. She was 11 weeks ahead of me, and I had Ryder January 1st. Well, then this time she told me she was pregnant right before her daughter Eliana turned 1, and I told her, you're on your own with this one. I promise I won't be stealing your thunder. And she was like, I don't care either way. And I said, well, we're not trying, we're going to wait a couple of years. And then I got thinking about it. She was pregnant, and I'm like, well, we'll wait until June when she's due. And, when she has the baby, then we can try, so that, she can have a pregnancy by herself. I felt bad that I don't know, I feel like I robbed her of her first, pregnancy. I don't know why, but, so we're pregnant together again, and we're only, I think, 8 weeks apart this time. She's due June 11th, and I figured it out. I'm due somewhere in the August 16th area, give or take. I think I'm about 5.5 weeks. That's as far as I can tell, because normally I get my first symptoms around 3.5 weeks plus, but before, 4 weeks when I can take a pregnancy test. And I got my first symptom on December 4th, which I figured it out, and that would have been, I don't know, cycle day 25 or something. So if I got I'm just going by my symptoms. I know when I had certain CM changes and what are normal for my cycles when I'm pregnant. So that's what I think. I think right now that I am 5 weeks, 1, 2, 3. I think today I'm 5 weeks, 3 days, but I don't know for sure. And it's driving me crazy, because as far as symptoms go, it's okay, I know this is how far along I am. But when I go back and try to look and see when I ovulated and when we were BDing and stuff, I can't match it up at all. It's like we weren't even doing it around that time. I think that I got pregnant or like right at 2 weeks was Good Friday. Well, Thanksgiving was Thursday. We had my sister stayed the night that night. Joe's mom stayed the night Friday night, and then again Saturday night. And we don't, do that while people are in our house. So I don't know. Maybe it was a couple of days before. That would be awesome if it was a couple of days before because of the Shekels method. I have 2 boys already, and we did kind of time it where it was like I'm ovulating, we're doing it, and boom, I was pregnant and we got boys. And now if it was before, if we ended up BDing before that and then I ovulated, I don't know, I have this feeling that it's a girl anyways, but if it's not, it's not, and I'll have 3 boys and I'll love them and it'll be so exciting, but I just have this overwhelming feeling that it's a girl. A couple months ago I was praying that in the future God would bless us with a baby girl, and that he would, because my husband was just like, I don't want any more kids, I'm content, and I wanted more so bad, and I prayed that God would open his heart to want more kids, and just his reaction was awesome. And it's like, I don't really feel like anything I've prayed for within reason, not that if I was like, hey, can I win the lottery? Obviously that did not happen, but all of my prayers have come true. God has always been faithful and answered them. So I really don't think that I would get a carrot dangled in my face. I don't know. I would be absolutely floored and shocked if it wasn't a girl. I just feel that it is. And with Brody, when I was pregnant with him, I knew right off the bat it was a boy. It was just, I knew it. So there was no discussing it. I absolutely knew. And then when we found out, it was like, yeah, I told you. But so anyways, I'm getting over being sick. I would have made this video earlier, but 3 days ago when I got my BFP, I sounded like a 14-year-old boy in, the prime of his puberty. It was ridiculous. I was so squeaky and awful. I've been really, really sick, but I'm feeling better now, and I called my midwife. She does not normally do ultrasounds, but I explained to her my dilemma that I don't know exactly how far along I am. She's totally content with that. I'm not. I have to know, so we're going to do an ultrasound, and she said she already emailed me the script for it, and I could just call and take it to the hospital when I'm ready. But if I'm only about 5.5 weeks, I think that I want to wait and do it a little bit, the week after Christmas. I would be around 7 weeks in that area, and I really would like to get one in the 8-week area, but Ryder's birthday party is on, I would be turning 8 weeks on January 4th, and his party's on January 5th, so it would be awesome if we could get it done on the 4th, the day that I would turn 8 weeks, I think, and then have pictures to show everybody. So and then after that, I plan on only having one more ultrasound to determine the gender, and then probably no more. So it's exciting, a totally new and different type of pregnancy for me. I am so sorry. This is 18 minutes long already. I'm so sorry, and this is not like me, but it's exciting. It is a pregnancy announcement, and oh, and I forgot to, did I show the BFP? I had to have. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't even show it. So this was the BFP. I don't even remember. I got pregnancy brain already. But do you see how dark the line is? This is the test line over here, and this is the control line. Well, about how dark that came up, I think when I took the test I was 5 weeks, which would make sense, with it being so dark. But I didn't get a test dark like that until I was 6 weeks pregnant with Ryder. So that, I kind of right off the bat thought that I was 6 weeks. But either way, I'm 5 to 6 weeks, somewhere in there. I don't really have to show. I can. This was my pregnancy test from when I was pregnant with Ryder. And the line is right there. And it was just so faint. That was one day before my, it was cycle day 28 actually. So anyway, or cycle day 27, I don't know. It was 3 weeks, 6 days when I found out. And then a couple days later, so I was 4 weeks and a day or two, I just drooled all over. This is how the test looked, and the lines were so totally even. So that's kind of been driving me crazy that the line is so dark, and I'm maybe I'm not that far along and it's just twins. I mean, the unknown is making me a little bit batty. So let me know what you guys think and if you've even made it through this video. But yay! Baby number 3 is on its way. We are so excited, and I promise this is my last baby, and I'm absolutely doing weekly vlogs because I've always wanted to, and I kind of do them and fade out or do one every once in a while. This is my last baby, and I love watching people do pregnancy vlogs, and I'm doing them this time. I want to have that memory. I think this is my last baby. You know, my husband wants to get fixed after this, but I am just so excited to share this with everyone, and yeah, so I hope y'all will follow me on this journey and watch us become a family of 5. We're so excited. So I hope you all have a wonderful week and a wonderful Christmas too. I'll probably see I'll probably upload a video before Christmas though, but thanks for watching. Bye.